like so. You just unscrew it like that. Okay, a little bit finicky now. There's a washer there. Okay, remember the washer. Okay, so now when you pull the bowl off, okay, don't just yank it straight up. Okay, the overflow pipe lies at an angle, so if you do, you're likely to break something if you just yank it. So tilt it forward. Oh well, can you see that? Tilt the bowl forward a little bit and then slide it back like that. Okay, so you see the overflow pipe there. See how it sits at an angle? So when it comes time to put the bowl back on, you put it back the same way at a slight angle. Front goes in first, and then you drop it at the back, and then it won't interfere with your float. Alright, now once the bowl is off, unless you're going to change any of your jet or anything, you don't need to do much here. All you do is you take out this little pin. How I do it is I wiggle it a little bit, the float, and then the float pin, it actually pops out a little bit, and then you just, okay, easier said than done with one hand, like so, and then that also just slides out. Doesn't have a circlip or anything like that, but it just pops out. Alright, and then the needle and float slides out, and you take it out. Now put that to one side. Okay, and then you take this out. Now this has just got this just has a rubber O-ring, so you just wiggle it and it pops out. Alright, like that. And then this is where you use your 6 spanner or your socket, and then you loosen that. Now be very careful. This is brass, and it's very, very fragile, so don't force it whatever you do. Okay, so then you unscrew that, and that comes off. Okay, it's got a if you have a look, it's got like a little spacer. Okay, it's completely open on one end, and then it's slightly closed on the other end. Okay, the complete open end is what goes onto the carburetor first, or onto the emulsion tube. Okay, stick that to the side, and now this here is your emulsion tube. You can see it protrudes there and protrudes inside the throat there. Okay, but we're not quite finished yet. And then this just slides off like that. You might have to wiggle it a little bit, but there is a gasket, a rubber gasket. It looks like that. Alright, and that gasket, that only fits one way, but that fits inside there. Alright, and then all you do is you just push that tube into the carburetor, and then it comes in there, and then this is where the long nose pliers come in handy. Okay, so now very, very gently, if it's a little bit tight, spray Q20 or something, or carb cleaner, but be very, very careful with that. And then that slides out, and there you have it, just like that. Very, very simple. Right? You don't need to be a rocket scientist to do this job. You just got to be careful, take your time. If you're not really sure, take pictures, ask someone to help you take a video. I'm trying to do this all with one hand while holding my camera with the other, so it's a bit wobbly and shaky. Sorry for that. Alright, now what you're going to need to remember is on the emulsion tube there's a groove. Can you see that groove there? Okay, that is there for a specific reason, so that it only goes in one way. Again, inside here there is a slot. Now that little pin there, it protrudes on the inside, and that pin that protrudes inside there is what runs along the groove, and then it stops about halfway, so that the emulsion tube doesn't go any further, and it stops it from turning around. And that's about it. And then to replace your tubes, you do the same procedure, only in reverse. So remember, your tube has got is smooth on one end, and then there's got a bit of a lip on the other side, and that will be on the inside of the carburetor, and that's how you do it. So let me show you. I'll go and try. You'll have to bear with me, but let me. Okay, so long nose plies. Okay, so get it in there. No, not that way. It's the other way around. My bad. Okay, so the back end in first. Okay, and then into the hole. And remember, just be really careful, take your time, and that's how it goes in, just like that. And then all you do is you just press it with your finger. You don't need a screwdriver, or it's supposed to just slide in nice and easy. Alright, and then the tube is on. Okay, then you fit your doofer on here. Now remember, the locating pin for the emulsion tube is on the one side, so you remember to rotate your tube if you need to, so that the groove is on the right side, and then it just slides on. Or one hand, not so easy. Bear with me. Okay, so like that, and Bob's your auntie. And then right, then that screws on to there, and then you put back your float, and put the slide, put the diaphragm back in, and that is that. I can't really think of anything else that you might need to do, or anything like that. Like I say, the main thing is to take your time, nice and slow, and that is about it. If you have any questions, feel free to post, and I'll be glad to answer them if I can. Right, I hope I've taught you something, if you weren't sure before, and if you've wasted 20 minutes of your life, well, no, I'm not really sorry. So have a good day, safe riding.